All right, Melissa, if you just want to go ahead and do the introductions, and then whoever comes in, they'll come in. We'll just get it started.
Okay, awesome. Hey, everybody. I'm Melissa with JMT. Just to let everybody know, this meeting is being recorded, and if you are not speaking, please mute your mic so there is no interference. All right, so we'll just go down the list. We've got Mike Zinn.
Mike Zinn, District 7 FDOT, your CTST program manager.
Thank you. Captain Glennie.
Good morning, I'm Heather Glennie. I oversee FHP operations in Pinellas as well as special operations for Troop C.
Thank you. Deputy Miller.
I'm Howie Miller. I work for the traffic unit in Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Sandra Noble.
Hi, Sandra Noble, Forward Pinellas Crash Data, and it's now Peoples.
Okay, thank you. All right, Officer Boyle.
Officer Boyle, Pinellas Park Police Department, on the traffic unit.
Thank you. Jonathan Keynes.
Good morning. Jonathan Coons, Pinellas County Public Works.
Thank you. Joan Rice.
Morning, Joan Rice, Pinellas County Public Works.
Thank you. Francis.
Good morning, everyone. Frances Leong Sharp with the City of Dunedin.
All right, Mark Easty.
Sergeant Mark Easty, Pinellas County DUI unit.
All right, thank you. Autumn Westerman. Okay, she says she has no mic. She is with Pinellas County Schools. Thank you, Autumn. All right, Mashi.
Good morning, Mashi Durasti, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Thank you. Miss Julie.
Good morning, everyone. Julie Bond with Center for Urban Transportation Research.
All right, Lori Paleo.
Lori Paleo, JMT.
Thank you. I'm probably not going to pronounce this correctly, so I'm very sorry. Estefania Cuba. Okay, they're muted, but she is on the line. It does not say who she's with, but maybe she'll come back on in a minute. We'll move to Cheryl Stacks.
Hi, good morning, Cheryl Stacks, City of St. Pete.
Thank you. And then Denise, you're on.
Good morning, Denise with MAD.
Very awesome. Okay, is there anyone else who I did not call out your name? Please feel free.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Janice Martinez, Law Enforcement Liaison, District 7 DOT.
Thank you, Janice. All right, anyone else? Okay. Thank you much.
All righty, thank you, Melissa. Let's go ahead and start with the approval of July's minutes. Anyone want to approve it, then second it, please?
I approve it.
Thank you, Howie. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Sandra. All righty. All right, next we'll move into enforcement. Captain Glennie with FHP. Do you have anything from July and then anything coming up in the month of August?
In July, we participated in DOT's ELE program, the Enhanced Initiative. It's been pretty successful. Unfortunately, we've been a little low staffed with summer and everything, but the guys are still getting out there and working on it. So when it ramps back up again, we'll ramp up with it again.
No, I don't.
I got one of them big old black flags with the blue line
All right,
across
that's okay. Thank you.
Howie, your mic's on, buddy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right. Officer Boyle with Pinellas Park. Do you guys have any?
Just for July, we focused on Park Boulevard with the FDOT initiative that was going on. And now this month, we're going to be focusing with 118th Avenue with the construction.
All righty. Was there anyone else from enforcement? Let's see.
Mark, this is Janice. I just wanted to touch base on Operation Southern Slowdown, and it was a success, and thank all the Pinellas County agencies that participated with that. We are still collecting data, and kudos to Pinellas SO for getting up in the air and all the great social media content that I got for that.
Yes. So last month, we participated. It was July 21st in the Southern Slowdown. That the week of the 18th to the 22nd. I got up in the helicopter on the Bayside Bridge. Not typical what we normally had. A lot of 80s, 75, 80s, but we did get a motorcycle at 134 miles an hour. So he was definitely stopped and dealt with appropriately. The DUI unit for Pinellas County attended the 2022 MAD Awards and Recognition event in Fort Lauderdale. 5 members from the DUI unit were awarded the Century Award, which is when any member makes over 100 DUI arrests in a calendar year. And a bunch of local agencies have won some other awards as well. This week, right now I'm actually in Kansas, Fort Riley, Kansas. I'm teaching DUI instructor to the fine men and women of the United States Army's military police out here. So that's where I'm at right now. Next week, actually, let me fall back. The beginning, July 25th and 26th, I was in Orlando for the Florida Impaired Driving Assessment to give information to NHTSA about how DUI enforcement is done in Florida on the law enforcement aspect. They had other entities and other stakeholders there as well. This month, I'll be attending the Florida Impaired Driving Coalition meeting on the 11th and the 12th of August. They're going to go over the final report from that DUI assessment that NHTSA had done. Our DUI unit will be traveling to San Antonio for the annual, they call it a DADE conference now, but it was a DRE conference. It was held in Orlando last year. Now it's in San Antonio. And on August 27th is MAD's Saturation Saturday. So for the agencies that aren't aware, that's their yearly event for Saturation Saturday. So if we can get some enforcement out there. I know, Denise, you had emailed Corporal Laney. I'll get back to you with the specifics on what we're going to do that day. But that's all I have on enforcement for Pinellas County. I don't see anyone else on here. All right. Anyone from engineering? Let's see. Cheryl Stacks with St. Pete.
Yeah, good morning. Not a lot going on too much in St. Petersburg. I think the big thing that we're working on right now are some large federal grants that are coming out of the bipartisan infrastructure law, particularly the Safe Streets and Roads for All program. The city's intending to make a pretty significant ask for funding for complete streets implementation dollars. So the grant has some planning dollars and has implementation. I think most of the jurisdictions around here are probably going for planning dollars, but we're going to try and go for some implementation to make improvements on 18th Avenue South and 22nd Street South. It'll include reconstructing the curbs, adding in a new trail, very significant crosswalk, and other speed modification, introduction of medians and those kinds of things to get the operating speeds down on these roadways.
Hi, this is Joan, and I'm going to also mention that the Pinellas Trail North Gap is going to be open tomorrow for a ribbon cutting. So the signals, there's a signal at State Road 580 and a signal on Countryside that are brand new. They're both in flash mode right now, but starting tomorrow, they will be fully signalized. So heads up for that.
Thank you, Joan. And by the way, I didn't see Joe Camara on, but next week on a Wednesday, which is odd, but is the start of school in Pinellas County. So I know our traffic unit and our DUI unit will be working day shift to be in the school zones for any speeding violations and obviously the stop arm violations for the school buses. So if you guys want to, Pinellas Park and FHP, if you want to put that on your calendars, August 10th is when Pinellas goes back to school.
Hey, Mark.
Right. Anyone else? Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Autumn chatted in that they're getting ready for the start of school, like you just mentioned. They had a meeting with all of their drivers, stressing that it was very important to complete the vehicle passing a school bus form, because we had great partnerships with all of our law enforcement teams. And then Sandra chatted in that that's awesome. They are looking to put something together on the Ford Pinellas website blog about stopping for school buses.
We also put that, brought that up at our CTST meeting that we do at Forward Pinellas with the school board about the passing the school bus forms. And we're trying to partner with a lot of different people on that. There should be some really cool stuff coming out of that for, helping with logging and finding out where the offenders are. But yeah.
Yeah, I know myself and Howie can vouch. We know our problem areas, 4th Street, Gandy. I know Gandy changed one of their stops, so that kind of helped. But again, these people drive without paying attention. I don't know how you cannot miss a huge yellow bus with flashing lights and 4 stop signs and not know that it's there, because 9 times out of 10, when we stop these people, that's the first thing out of their mouth. So whether it's just a lie to try to get out of it or they really didn't see it, which again, I don't know how that happens.
Well, another site is Hahn and Belcher is a notorious. I average around 5 to 6 school bus tickets every day on that stop.
Okay.
What we found with the school bus drivers is that the form was so hard to fill out that they weren't logging them. So they were trying to, Autumn was probably talking about, condensing it so that we can get more, noting them more, and maybe find out that there's some other ones that might be, have more passing school bus. Yeah, she said
that they refined the form, which I could see because, a car passes a school bus, he's going to sit there with the stop arms out and then try to fill out a form with, 6 or 7 entries on it. You're going to then piss off traffic because he stopped trying to, fill out the form. I get it. It boils down to education and enforcement, unfortunately. All right. Anyone else with engineering?
Marcus, Mike, to just chime in on all this opening of schools and stuff for all our law enforcement guys down there in Pinellas. If you guys see bicyclists out there in the dark hours, I know I'm in a rural area where I live at, and the kids are out there riding and walking in the dark. But I can provide you guys, to keep in your car, so when you see those particular kids without bike lights, You know, just as a courtesy, give them some bike lights to put on their bikes.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to drop it off at our main office, and I'll get it to our traffic guys and my guys that'll be working next week.
Okay, great.
You have anything else with engineering, Mike? Since
No, just our typical construction, you know, the gateway and everything that's going on in your areas. It's just sooner or later we get all these done and we're going to start on new ones, I'm sure.
I can tell you, construction is the same issue here in Kansas because it's everywhere as well. So,
well, thanks to our new infrastructure, money is going to get a lot more. So you guys going to see construction even where you didn't think you needed it, but it's going to be out there.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Anyone else with engineering? No. Ped bike, bicycle pedestrian. Education. I know Joe normally talks about that, but I don't see him on. Janice, you have anything on the education side?
The only thing we did was with our law enforcement challenge 2 weeks ago, we did middle training in Orlando. We had 194 show up, and so the middle training is marijuana impaired driving detection for law enforcement. I highly suggest that for any of our law enforcement partners that are on the call. It was fascinating, and it's a great in between A-RIDE and DRE. And it's free.
And from my understanding, didn't Largo place second?
Largo placed second. They were my only Pinellas agency that placed. And then we also, they had Officer Silverstein, who was our Officer of the Year 2 years ago. So she was actually there. And because it was COVID, 2 years ago, we actually got to recognize her in the room as well. So that was pretty special.
Yeah. So Officer Silverstein, if you guys also don't know, she just became a millennial achiever with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which is she has made over 1,000 arrests in her career, which is a very astonishing number. So kudos to her and kudos to Largo PD. Julie, did you have anything?
Yes. George is not here, but he had met with the Pinellas Drivers Ed group. And so we have an updated presentation that we've submitted, and he is working on booking all of those presentations for the next school year. And so that's going well. And also we did award the 7 driver's ed scholarships. And so that's really exciting and great because there should be some new driver's ed teachers available to teach because of those scholarships. So those were all implemented and paid through FDOT. So thank you, Mike, for that great program through FDOT. It's really helping out with, driver's ed teachers and getting that education out there. So that's going well. Just for education, we're still consistently doing the education on the street and the different shelters. And so we'll continue to do that. And I think that's pretty much it right now for this end of summer. Unless Mike has anything else he can think of he wants to talk about.
Yeah, just one quick thing that between myself and Julie and some of the other people, we're geofencing a campaign starting in Tarpon Avenue and running all the way north to Hudson because of our high fatality rate out there. So I'm currently scheduled to work about 7 or 8 nights through the month, and Julie's going to be working the daytime out there visiting the businesses. But we're going to be primarily working, and Heather will tell you when she worked here in Pasco, we have a big issue at nighttime with nighttime pedestrians in that corridor. So we're going to try to get out there and do some education in that area.
Yes, so that'll be going strong too soon. We'll be out visiting all businesses. So if you have any businesses who would like to partner with us in any way, just let me know, because we're looking at all partnerships, everything we can do to make that corridor safer.
So where is the corridor from what to what and what corridor? Hello.
Yeah, basically my sheet is running from Tarpon Avenue on US 19 all the way to State Road 52 on 19. And if we overlap that a little further south and a little further north, that's just because that's where we see any activity going on.
Yeah, Mashid, that's US 19 has been notorious for pedestrian fatal crashes, specifically in those areas because it's in certain areas it's 6 lanes and then a divided median lane, and there's businesses on each side of the road, so the pedestrians at night will cross mid-block most of the time in dark clothing, and unfortunately get struck by vehicles. So that's a good campaign, Mike. And also, Mike, thank you for I know the driver's ed teachers were in short order, so I'm glad we got those 7 scholarships.
So I'm sorry, I'm asking again. The reason is we're working on Safe Starts to Zero, and we're looking at a lot of intersections from Tarpon Avenue all the way to 52. So Mike, maybe I'll send you the intersections to see just coordination of what we're doing and what's happening, or any information you have we can include.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be nice, Mashid. And the other thing that's going on in this campaign, we're doing the cabinet signal wraps on all the signal cabinets. We're doing informational safety message on all those. And I think that, Julie, when there are like 24, 25 intersections, all those wraps will be going on.
Yes, yeah, it's around 23, 24, and you've probably seen the wraps on the signal cabinets that DOT put out. There's a really great design that's inclusive of all people. We have a QR code that goes to a DOT site, and so it just it makes the street nicer. It kind of gives we have a QR code, and I think the streetscape has a big effect on people walking and biking.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Julie.
Also, we did something it's a geofencing project that we did on Park Boulevard. I just passed out for Fort Pinellas, Chelsea, or someone else might be able to speak about what the but I handed out postcards on Park Boulevard from Belcher Road to US Highway 19, north and south. They're trying to do, I guess, for the serious injuries and fatalities. I just handed out the postcard and talked to a lot of the people along that corridor and explained about the geofencing program, and they were pretty interested in it. I don't know if Pinellas Park or someone else knows about the whole project itself.
Do you know, Sandra, that's our program, working with Ford Pinellas. And so Mike authorized funding to do a really heavy geofence campaign, and we have had hundreds and hundreds of surveys completed. But on top of that, we also went out and handed out postcards. I had someone go and, they went to some of the same businesses you did, but then they restocked. And so they have a consultant who's looking at the speeds, and it looks like it's pretty good news because they went out and they're doing before and after and midterm speed analysis. And so that's just on Park Boulevard. So we have implemented, all these different types of education in conjunction with Ford Pinellas. And then, so we'll have a nice report that will have, showing some impacts on education, on speeds. And again, thanks to Mike, who authorized that, geofencing money to do that. So, and hopefully we'll see a great difference. And I've just been meeting, periodically with Chelsea and Catherine, the consultant who's doing the speed study. And we were able to get Publix to donate some gift cards. And so it seemed like that actually did help a little bit because we said, take the survey and you'll have a chance to win this Publix gift card. It was donated through Publix. So that was interesting to see if that affected numbers of people who are taking surveys or participating. So we're going to have the drawing for those soon. And so really interested to see what the effects are on Park Boulevard. And thank you so much for everybody that contributed to that. It's a great partnership and seems to be going well.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Anyone else with education? No. Denise with MAD. I don't want to steal the luster from you, but do you want to talk about the Saturation Saturday? And then Larry Coggins was telling me about a survey thing that helps MAD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I had emailed Deputy Laney, so I know he'll get back to me. I know you guys are working on that. We appreciate that with Saturation Saturday. So you let us know, and then I'll be out wherever you guys are at, if you can do it. And then and another thank you for the driver's ed program. We were out over the summer. I was able to get out to driver's ed, so that's always a good thing. I'll be booked up with them in the fall. I didn't make it over today. Unfortunately, we had a death in the family, so we're kind of scrambling around here this morning and this afternoon. But definitely was a huge addition. I think Elle Bennett told me I think they have 3 new driver's ed teachers. So I'll reach out to them. There is a survey program with MAD, so it's honestly probably the easiest thing in the world that you can do. I'll send you over the actual email if you want to send it out. You'll kind of request a link. When you get that link, you go on and you'll get an email once you sign up from 100X, it's called, and you can go on and do surveys. They probably take you, 3 or 4 seconds to survey. They got everything from Walmart to AutoZone to all kinds of retailers. You can kind of go on and do a quick survey. Every survey you do is $2 to MAD, and you can do up to 75. So it's going on through the month of August. So if you do the 75 surveys, they'll donate $150 to MAD. So anyone who would like to participate in that, we would, certainly appreciate that. And the Walk Like MAD is coming up too. So I sent it over, Mike, the email. I don't know if you can forward that out. But if anybody's interested in being a vendor, coming out and supporting and attending the walk, it'll be on October 22nd. It's going to be at the sports park up in Oldsmar again, same place as last year. And if you go to walklikemad.org/Pinellas, that'll bring you to the website if anybody's interested in signing up for that. And I think that's all I had, unless Mark, and I don't know if you can think of anything else passed down through Larry. I think we got it.
Yep. No, that was it. That was something he told me about at a dinner that we had regarding the survey stuff and the money going towards MAD. So if you guys,
do you want me to send that over to you?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll make sure Mike gets it too, and then we can push it out on the website. So
okay.
I know my in-laws have already done it, since they have nothing better to do all day long. So they've I think made the 75 already. So
awesome.
It's a good cause.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank them for us too, especially. And I'll get that over to you as we're on talking.
All right.
And
Janine,
thanks
Janine,
guys so much.
Janine, this is Janice. Are you collecting any data for Saturation Saturday at all?
We will be. So I can get with Larry and just find out when that'll be available for you guys.
Okay, no, perfect. I'm just asking because so your Saturation Saturday will fall on the Saturday in between our Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign. So Labor Day, Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over will run August the 19th through September the 5th. So that's a good just double team and just push both the messages out there for your Saturation Saturday.
Oh, good. Okay, awesome. Yes, thank you so much. And if you need any, if there's anything, just, email me or, let me know. I'll get with Larry so we can make sure we get everything, kind of coordinate anything we need to.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Anyone else have anything for committee reports? All right. Doesn't look like it. All right. We'll head on to our problem locations. All right. Deputy Miller, I'll just let you go through these since most of them got your name on it and you deal with it.
Yeah. We have a new one. It's on Tampa 19. The delineators, I guess they resurfaced the road over there, and they didn't put the delineators back on the right turn lane going westbound. So people keep on going straight, crossing the intersection, and almost causing several crashes. They've been educated by me several times, but
Oh, that was US 19 and what?
US 19 in Tampa.
Okay.
The right turn lane.
Is that northbound?
The southbound.
Southbound.
southbound. They resurfaced the roadway, I would say probably 2 months ago, and the linears were never put back.
I will check on that for you.
Okay. US 19 and 298th, of course, is an ongoing problem. Is there any way that possibly we can set maybe a couple delineas a little bit further down the center of the street? Because what's happening is people are going around the delineas, going half into the intersection and making, keep on going straight, going around the delineas that are up, avoiding the traffic. When I'm there, of course, they get ticketed and stop. But of course, when I'm not there, I was told by a couple of business people that it's becoming a really, really dangerous, like especially on Cycle Springs.
All right, so you want us to put more delineators?
More delineators, just like maybe two, maybe like 2 or 3, right? Maybe 2 or 3 down the roadway, so they wouldn't just go around the delineators. Because right now you have like maybe 7 or 8, like 4 of them going to the southbound and 4 going to the northbound. So if you extend the delineators down the center of the roadway on the side street, so they'll have to hit the delineators, right, to go around the delineators that are there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will run that past traffic ops and see what they can do for you.
Yeah, see what they can do. I mean, if they have any questions, they can call me, and I can be out there and I can show them exactly what they mean. You have my number, right? My Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is an ongoing problem. I don't know if anything can be taken care of. I did a traffic detail on Curlew and US 19. We did a special ops. We had like 9 deputies, and we ended up stopping 67 people at US 19 and Curlew. I was a spotter at Curlew and US 19 of people not coming to a complete stop, making the right-hand turn. I almost got hit twice. Tractor trailers, the delineators that are set up there, there's not enough room for them to turn, and their rear wheels come onto the sidewalk. And the sidewalk right now is broken over there. And I actually almost got hit twice when the tractor trailers came around the turns. I know they're going to be revamping US 19, Curlew and Tampa eventually, but right now it looks like it's a problem. And when I was standing there were several pedestrians that were at the intersection, and they told me the same thing, that they almost got hit as well if they don't pay attention.
How is it there's not enough for them? Because I know, for a tractor trailer, they have to make a wide turn. They just because
they got to make a wide turn. Even like a 30-foot box truck that's not a tractor trailer, they go over on the curb and hit the sidewalk.
Okay.
Maybe I know the delineators are positioned for that one lane, to leave that one lane open. But maybe if they can remove like 2 or 3 delineators so the tractor trailer can go out a little bit further and the trucks can go out further, but still leave the other delineators, it will give them a little bit more room to make that turn. And if you go down there, you can actually see the intersection. You can see the curb. The roadway is eroded where the dirt is from all the tires just riding on the sidewalk. And the last thing is, I know this is an ongoing thing, but the roadway on US 19, it's starting to deteriorate where people making U-turns on US 19. The top layer of the blacktop is wearing out. It's causing uneven surface on the roadway, people going 55, 60. And you can see people swaying from left to right when they hit these patches. If you go down US 19, you can see wherever there's a U-turn on US 19, you look on the other side and the roadway is literally worn away from the tires turning on that roadway. It's the top layer of the surface.
And it's really typically that median lane, correct?
Yeah, median lane. And when you're traveling, let's say north or southbound, and you're in the left-hand lane, you hit that patch, and like I visually see people going from the left to the right, and then I see the people on the right like moving over because they don't know what that guy's doing because he's hitting an uneven patch of roadway. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Mark, right?
I know, because the one I know is on US 19, just south of Curlew, like
Yeah.
right where we used to turn in to make the U-turn to go into North County Traffic Court.
Yeah. Well, if you
So
look at most U-turns and out, they all have them. I don't know if it's due to the excessive heat that the top layer is worn out that bad, but it's becoming every month. It looks like it's getting worse.
If you could find the specific ones and then send
All
those to Mike
Yeah, I'll
and
send it. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It sounds like there's quite a few of them there, and
Oh, there's plenty. There's
yeah,
plenty.
save
I
time
would say
here.
every one.
Yeah, Howie, if you could just jot down all the locations and then just
Okay.
take a picture of it, text it to me, or email it, however you want to do it. But
Okay. All right. There'll be plenty, Mike. It's all the way into Tarpon too.
I'm sure.
I mean, this is ongoing. I mean, it's the top layer of the roadway, but I don't know what they can do. I don't know if they're going to resurface it or what. I don't know what their plans are. I know for the expansion, if they want to do that now, that's totally up to them. But it is definitely going to, as it gets worse, you can literally see the people not secure when they're driving 55, 60 miles an hour when they hit that patch.
Do we need to make the 2, or actually the 3 that Howie just discussed, new problem locations? Mark, you're muted, Mark. Sorry.
Howie, this is all on the north end of Pinellas up there.
Yeah, north end.
Yeah,
South end.
I would just say multiple locations in northern Pinellas and make it one.
Mm-hmm.
One problem location, because you just say multiple locations through the corridor of the northern and Pinellas County on US 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, Melissa. Just do one for that, and then once DOT gets out there and gets them resurfaced, then we can take that one off.
Okay.
And that's it. I think that's all I have right now.
Okay, Howie, do you want to discuss the problem locations? We have several here.
Well, the other ones are school zones, which I mean we're going to hit those next week. What about US 19 and Lime Street, Howie?
That's Tarpon.
Yeah, Tarpon's not up here, so we can push that one on until maybe next week for the in-person hearing. We can get with one of the Tarpon guys.
Okay.
They're hired by the utility.
All right, we can go back to the agenda. All right, Mashid, you want to talk about HSIP and SRTS?
Good morning again. So yes, we're working as usual with Bill Reha, FDOT, Peter Shu on equipment needs and with cities and counties as the requests come in. We're working with cities and counties on implementing LPIs on city roads, local roads. One thing that I was going to bring to everyone's attention is that there have been a lot of upgrades to the HSIP portal, but with the upgrades, they're still working on access to the applications. I know, Joan, you sent in the request for speed feedback signs through email, so thank you for that. So if anybody has a request, please email it to me, because access to the applications right now is being worked on and it's not that easy. So with that, if you have any questions, anything I can help you with on HSIP or safe routes to school, please let me know. There is a safe routes to school training coming up, right, Mike? With Sarita.
Yeah, and I haven't got the exact date, but she is planning to start that real soon. So when that comes out, I'll push that out in an email blast.
Thank you so much. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Machine. All right, we can go ahead and throw up the fatal crash map, and we'll go over that. I do want to say we probably jinxed ourselves from last month because the month of August already and the end of July was not good. I know FHP had a fatal at Beacon Grove in US 19 last night. I believe it was a motorcycle fatal. We had a fatal over the weekend, and there were a couple other fatals. So still better than last year, but that's as far as I'm going to say because I don't want to go any further. Sandra, do you want to talk about any of it?
Just basically, last month, like you said, we had 11 fatalities in June, and then 12 were added in July. This still, even with those increasing fatalities, we were down 31 fatality crashes since last year at this same time. I added a few more that were not in, like we added 12, but a lot of them were not in, like they didn't happen in July. So yeah, I was just doing some updates. There are a few that FHP, you can see on the bottom of the list. I did not add those 3. The report came across as a fatality in the CDMS system, but I can't read where there was actually a fatality. I don't know who died. I don't know if it's just in process, but if so, that will add 3 more. But at this time, we're at 64 fatal crashes and 66 fatalities. So we're still down. We had, like I said, 31 less crashes this year than last year.
Yeah, it's still better than last year, but again, I'm not going to jinx ourselves because we were doing good, and then it was just every day I get the Ion Tampa Bay notification, fatal, and I'm just like, no, not again. So, and I know ours is a criminal case, so that's being dealt with appropriately. But just education and enforcement. Hopefully, we can just keep it down. Anyone have any questions about the fatal traffic crash map? All right. Now we have our Pinellas Trail user count. I always like this map because I like the fact that, I know Pinellas County put a bunch of money into the Pinellas Trail, and it definitely gets its use for sure. I know Dunedin is one of the higher utilized areas, but anyone have any questions about that?
I think we also have June. There's June.
Yeah.
And Kyle in our office, he's new from St. Pete. He's working in this area and doing the user count data. He's running these reports now. So he is working on July right now. And he put some stuff in the email when he sends it out saying that, some counters didn't read that month, or there was an issue with a counter or something like that. So if you have any further questions about what numbers you see here, just, give me a call or an email, and we might have, in the next couple months, I'll have Kyle pop on at one of our meetings, because I only have a few more left.
No, you can't. Can't retire. Sorry.
They are going to force me out either way.
Well, then you'll just come back on a voluntary status. How's that?
Well, I told them that they can call me. I have a hourly rate. That will be a little higher than what they pay me, but.
So is that going to be your replacement?
No. You mean for the crash data? Nobody,
Yeah.
As you know, Angela left. She was our bike and ped planner. Then Alexis was supposed to take over some of my position. She did the trail counter stuff. She left. So we had a couple people leave. They have hired a couple more people to come on. So I'm just finishing up my reports, you know, like for bike ped trail crash data. I don't know who's taking that over. But until they find, you know, somebody, I mean, I'm leaving in January. But you know, I'll definitely be available until they, you know, get someone trained.
All right, well, we still got some time, so hopefully, I know it's hard to find good help these days, but we'll take it month by month then. All right. We basically cover the high crash intersections, which is on the fatal map anyways. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add? Questions, comments, concerns? None. All right. Next meeting is in person. I got with Danita. It will be at the Pinellas County Traffic Management office over there off of US 19, just north of Drew Street. It's been a while since we've been over there. So that's going to be our in-person meeting. Danita's going to have some of her folks over there give a presentation on Pinellas County traffic ops, the signaling, and then we'll get a small tour of the inside of the building as well after the meeting. So it's been a while since we've been over there, and she was more than happy to have us do our in-person meeting over there. So I thank Danita for letting us do our in-person meeting there for the month of September, which will be September 1st. At 10 a.m.
Hey, Mark, real quick for FHP. This month I have 2 troopers transferring in from other counties. I've got 1 trooper that's currently in training. He's going to be cut loose from his training this month. And I have 2 more troopers graduating the academy, and they'll do a condensed training come the 12th. So come this month, we've got 5 new troopers coming to Pasco, or Pinellas County. I'm sorry, I've said Pasco for 23 years. But coming to Pinellas County, we've got 5 additional troopers coming to help us. That'll leave us with 4 open positions. So you'll start seeing a couple more patrol cars.
That's good. So 4 more, and then that'll get you fully staffed for Pinellas?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, and I know FHP, well, you guys should be doing a lot better now because the governor increased all the state employees' pay, so it'll make it a little bit more lucrative to recruit and get quality candidates to come work for either FHP or FWC. So that is good for you guys because it is one long overdue and well deserving for you folks.
Right. I've got the recruiter, the FHP recruiter will be at my office next Wednesday, first day of school on the 10th. So doing a meet and greet. So if anybody knows anybody that's interested in FHP, if they want to swing by the Pinellas office, there will be a trooper there in the lobby waiting to talk to anybody that comes in.
Okay, I'll stop by.
There you go.
All right. Does anyone have anything before we conclude? Because I got to go back to teaching. All righty. Well, thank you, everyone, and we will see you on September 1st in person.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week, Mark.
Yes, I will see you next week.